Brian is the boss and he loves those movies. He's got a collection that rivals Prince Louis. Whether horror, western, or kung fu, Mr. Crisco has an epic collection for you. Brian streams late in the dark of the night, surrounded by friends and strangers bold and bright. Above the moon shines with a ghoulish glow, reflecting fast cuts at page, transitioning what we know. Brian's movie nights, Brian's movie nights. Best get into a chair and get out of sight, because you're blocking the view of the extravaganza of film slew. Brian brings out the best of Western film, and his thoughts smolder like a kiln as he reflects the future and the past, of which of this art will hold and last. Brian's movie nights, Brian's movie nights. Just get into a chair and get out of sight, because you're blocking the view of the extravaganza of film slew. Brian brings out the best of Western film, and his thoughts smolder like a kiln as he reflects the future and the past, of which of this art will hold and last. Brian's movie nights, Brian's movie nights. Just get into a chair and get out of sight, because you're blocking the view of the extravaganza of film slew. Now there's just one thing I wanna know: how Brian's neighbors feel. Oh, do they think his house is like the one in the Burbs? Oh, what a fright! Brian's movie nights, Brian's movie nights. Just get into a chair and get out of sight, because you're blocking the view of the extravaganza of film slew.
But Brian, who are those? Are those your daughters? If someone would be concerned because they look like vampires, and watch for Emmett and Emma, think they will try to hire a Shinto ninja assassin gunman grenadier with a hacksaw grenade launcher for the birthday slider beam on LRJ's Ethical Show.
Can I tell you something?
What? Fuck you. I was forced to retreat to this castle. Mankind is made up of inferior creatures, spiritually and physically deformed, who would have corrupted the harmony of my perfect body. Perfect body. Mankind is made up of inferior creatures, spiritually and physically deformed. My vengeance needs blood.
It was completely.
My vengeance needs blood.
It was completely.
perfect body, perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, perfect body, my perfect my body, my perfect body, my perfect body.
It was completely wrong.
My vengeance means blood.
It was completely wrong.
My vengeance means blood. My perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body. Body, my perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body, perfect body, my perfect body, my perfect body. I was forced to retreat to this castle. Mankind is made up of inferior creatures, spiritually and physically deformed, who would have corrupted the harmony of my perfect body.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! Black Prince, Bastard Sword. Step things up a level. Almost out. Die große Messiah.
Mostrar el color bien. Hey, nene, yo, vai, então vamos embora, vai. Hey, não, vamos jogar. Eu vou. Ah!
If you enjoy this content and want to support this channel, the right way to do that is to back my comic book, Six Gun Gorilla, Long Days of Vengeance. The critically acclaimed tale of a very big ape with very big guns, blowing very big holes, and very bad people. I'm so confident that you're going to love this book, you can download the entire first issue for free. You can find it right now on fundmycomic.com.
What up, everybody? What up? What's going on? Man, I have a feeling this is going to be a short stream because my internet is wonky as hell. I know that when my internet is wonky as hell, people think somehow it's me, like I'm doing something. It's not. My internet is just wonky as hell. It was a recent outage. My internet company sucks. And, of course, we live in the United States of America, which has the slowest internet speeds in the fucking developed world. No high-speed rail, no high-speed internet for us. Oh, no. There's lots of endless war and bombs and shit. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Tonight, what am I talking about? It's probably just going to be me. I don't know. I sent the invite out. Of course, anybody that's in the chat wants to hang out, I'll post the link. But I'm going to be talking about a classic movie from 1975 called Death Race 2000. Now, the reason I'm talking about this movie tonight is because last week I did a little stream about Rollerball, which came out the same year. And, well, there's a reason they came out in the same year. That is because tonight's movie, Death Race 2000, is a ripoff of Rollerball. At least it was intended as not so much a ripoff, more of like a cash-in, right? Because it was produced by the one and only, the legendary Roger Corman, King of the Bees, right? Who recently passed away, I believe, at the ripe old age. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? I'm sorry, I got to give him some love. What you doing, Simon? Otherwise, he's just going to be all up in my area. So I found the thing to do with cats is they're just going to keep bugging you. So what you want to do is you want to make yourself a pain in the ass to them, so they want to get away from you. Now watch it. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I love you too, baby. I love you too. It's all good. But yeah, Roger Corman, of course, King of the B movies, very famous for movies like Little Shop of Horrors, which he shot in 4 days, right? Or less even, if that's at all possible. He made a lot of quick, cheapy movies in the 50s, a lot of science fiction monster movies. Trying to think of what the general public would know him best for. I guess he'd probably be best known for his Edgar Allan Poe movies, or as Stephen King referred to them in his nonfiction book about horror, Danse Macabre, as Poe Pictures, which they used to show at the drive-ins, double features. And these were movies that were cheap to produce. They were B-horror movies, but they were made with a surprising amount of care and dedication to craft, considering how fast they were made. They were written by Richard Matheson, the great Richard Matheson, best known, of course, for his groundbreaking vampire novel, I Am Legend. Yes, we have never gotten a screen version of I Am Legend, unfortunately, as vampires, except actually for the very first one, which was Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price, which was an Italian movie. Yeah, what was my point with Roger Corman? Yeah, so Roger Corman, King of the Bees, he made the Edgar Allan Poe movies with Vincent Price. The greatest of them, I think, being Mask of the Red Death. And then he quietly stopped directing and just got into producing. And he used to proudly state that he never made a movie that lost money. And one of the reasons for that was because they were very cheap. And his thing was he launched the careers of a lot of people: Martin Scorsese, Joe Dante, Joe Landis, John Landis. God, there's a bunch of Jonathan Demme made his very first movie with Roger Corman, a women in prison movie called Chained Heat. And basically it was like a kind of film school where he would find these promising film students that had made interesting short films and told them, hey, I'll let you direct a movie, but I'm not going to pay you. Like, you're going to get paid like virtually nothing. But you'll get to make a movie. And that experience is going to be worth 20 film schools, right? Because the best way to learn, of course, is always by doing. And so we would let them know up front, like, you're going to get paid peanuts, but you get to direct. Oh, Ron Howard, of course, directed 2 movies for Roger Corman. Eat My Dust being the first of them. So these are people that went on to greater and grander things because Roger Corman gave them a chance. And Death Race 2000 was directed by Paul Bartel, who had made a movie called Private Parts, which is like a little horror movie that's weird and disturbing in like the best ways possible. Now, he didn't go on to much bigger things. He did a movie called Eating Raoul, which was nominally successful. But this certainly is the best thing he ever directed. I don't think it's even close. And the reason it was made, like I said, was because of Rollerball, right? Corman had heard, through Variety or whatever, that Richard Harrison's short story, The Rollerball Murders, was being turned into a movie, a very big budget one. United Artists picture with Norman Jewison directing, who had just come off of Jesus Christ Superstar. And so he was like, okay, let's get in a ripoff. So when Rollerball hits the theaters, we'll be in the drive-ins with our little like knockoff. And so there was a short story by a writer named Ib Melchior, a classic science fiction author. And Melchior had a traumatic incident where he was at I'm guessing it was maybe like a Formula One race. I don't think stock car racing was very popular at that time. I think it was the Formula One cars, which go at just absolutely just unbelievable speeds. And he was in the audience when one of the cars crashed and blew up, and the racer died, either in the crash or from burning to death. And he happened to be sitting right next to the racer's wife when this happened. And it fucked him up. It traumatized him. It traumatized him very badly. And his attitude, I'm not saying that this is like, that your average racing fan, goes to the races to watch somebody die. But that was his feeling, was that the people who went to the race got what they came for, that they wanted to see some carnage, and they got it. And so it fucked him up in a very, very bad way, traumatized him, and the way he decided to exercise that particular demon was by writing this short story called The Racer, which happens to be collected in this neat little hardcover book called Real Future, which is a collection of the 16 classic science fiction stories that inspired classic science fiction movies. So, for instance, the story that inspired 2001: A Space Odyssey is in here. We Can Remember It to You for Wholesale, which of course became Total Recall. That's in here. Empire of the Ants by H.G. Wells is in here. The Fly, Damnation Alley, Enemy Mine, Air Raid. I think that was turned into Millennium. All, which I'm sure like 5 of you, I'm sure none of you actually have remember came out in like 1990. Farewell to the Master, which was the story that inspired The Day the Earth Stood Still. Who Goes There, which inspired The Thing. Both versions. And and The Racer. And so it's a really kind of a serious, dark story where in the not so distant future, the most popular sport in the country is hit and run driving. Now, having been the victim in a hit and run incident, I can tell you getting hit by a car is a very startling experience. You literally don't see it coming. I got lucky. The person that hit me wasn't really, it didn't get a chance to build up that much speed. She was just gunning it out of a parking lot. And I just happened to be walking down the sidewalk and bam, she hit me. Now, I'm going to try and I'm going to file a FOIA request and see if I can get the camera footage from this, because it was like right at the right where a bank was, right? So I know that footage exists, and my lawyer friend told me, I think, that he saw it. Chris, much love to you if you're watching, by the way. And when I got hit, it was the weirdest thing. I don't consider myself like a serious martial artist. I've always just been a dabbler. But if you even just dabble in martial arts, you learn certain things and you move in a different way. And what happened was, when I got hit by the car, I did a kind of like ninja roll off of it. Like I rolled with it. Like, that expression, rolling with the punches. It's like when you hit, like boxers do that. It's like when they're getting hit, they know, don't stiffen, but just, let your body kind of move with the punch so it just glances off. And that's what happened to me when I got hit by that car. Was I just kind of rolled and somehow managed to stay on my feet. And the people who saw it were just like, and yeah, the bitch just took off. I still filed a police report. Still don't know what happened to it. I'm guessing that this person was rich. It happened in a wealthy neighborhood, so I'm guessing they let it slide. Right? I'm sure she's doing just fine. I would have appreciated if she'd stopped and at least given me like a little apology, but the bitch just took off, man. It was cold-blooded. But what was my point? Okay, so M. Melchior writes this story. Roger Corman reads it, and he's just like, man, this is brutal. Like, this would make for a really, like, a savage movie. And what he decided to do was, he decided that he wanted that savagery in the film, but that he wanted to temper it with humor. And so the movie that ended up getting made, Death Race 2000, is very much a satirical, futuristic blood sport movie, whereas Rollerball is deadly serious. Not that it doesn't have a sense of humor. There are little bits here and there, but the overall tone of the piece is pretty poker-faced, very, very straight. And it has a weight and a gravitas to it. Whereas this definitely does not. Uh, it doesn't take itself even a little bit seriously. And I think that's one of the things that is really, really charming about it. If you haven't seen it, why is this not? Hold on a sec. Let me try and hold on a sec. Let me see if I can do this. I'll share my screen. Oh, I see. Like, hold on a sec. VLC is not responding. Oh, okay. my man, nothing's going right tonight. There's technical difficulties out the yin yang. So, what happened was the Rollerball came out, and it was a success, but it was sort of misunderstood. In America, people, they just got off on the violence. They did not give a rat's ass about the message, right? And there is one in Rollerball, although I don't think it's the one that people think that it is. So Ib Melchior, having written this story, goes to the premiere, or he goes to a movie theater to see it. And he's sitting there, and he is starting to like sink into his seat pretty quickly. He's just like, oh my God, like what the hell did they do? Because they took a story, which, like I said, was really kind of dark and serious, and turned it into a kind of a satire. Like, one of the things I love about Death Race 2000 is that it took the concept of that Melchior had of hit and run driving as a sport, but it married it with professional wrestling. And so all of the racers have gimmicks, the way that professional wrestlers have gimmicks. And our hero in the film, of course, is David Carradine's character, Frankenstein. And his car is the Monster. And then, of course, there's Gilda the Hun. There's Calamity Jane, who's like a cowgirl. There's Nero the hero, who's like a Roman gladiator. He's played by Martin Kove of Rambo and Karate Kid fame. And God, who else? Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. It's Matilda the Hun. Matilda the Hun, that drives the buzz bomb, and like her gimmick is that she's like a Nazi. And in the stands, you see people waving little swastika flags, and it's not because they're Nazis; it's because they're fans of her, and her gimmick is that she's a Nazi. God, who else is there? Then of course, how could I forget? Machine Gun Joe Viterbo, played by a then unknown actor by the name of Sylvester Stallone. And I got to keep it real. He kind of steals this movie. The performance that he gives is genuinely really, really funny. I've never heard him talk about this movie. I've never seen him on the special features for any of the DVD or Blu-ray releases. Yes, this is one of those movies I have to own in every format. I saw it on HBO, cable TV, when I was a very little kid. In what, like 1976, I'm guessing? And I just, what little kid isn't going to fall in love with a movie where basically professional wrestlers are driving around in George Barris cars and running people over, right? Is there a message there about violence and about politics? Yeah, sure. But it takes an absolute backseat to the fun and just the outrageousness of it all. George Barris was the guy who was the master of fiberglass. He made all kinds of wacky cars in the 60s and the 70s. I believe he made the Munster Mobile. He made the Monkey Mobile. He made, the Batmobile. Did I mention that already? Oh, man. I saw those cars at a convention, too. Oh, I saw the Munster Mobile. Oh, the Munster Mobile was so cool. When they were rolling that thing in, I was setting up at my table at the East Coast Comic Con, and they had the doors open, and they were rolling in the Munster Mobile, and I was just inhaling those sacred exhaust fumes. They were so cool, man. They were so cool. So I got to check those out nice and up close. The guys were super nice. Let's see. They had a bunch of Batmobiles there too. Other Batmobiles, not just the 1968 or 69 Adam West TV show Batmobile. They had the Tumbler from Batman Begins, and I think they had the 89 Batmobile there too. So, but yeah, no, I mean, but those aren't as cool as this. I mean, I'm sorry. I always thought if I had fuck you money, you know, I would do something. I would be, you know, I would try not to be a dick with it. I would try not to buy shit that I didn't need. I would have no need for a private jet or a yacht or what the fuck would I do with any of that shit, right? I'd be kind of like a Mark Millar kind of a guy and just try and live simply, but buy myself a couple of like choice things and then like give like, I don't know, twice the amount to charity just to like assuage my guilt. But the two things I would love to have would be Mad Max's V8 Interceptor and this car, the Monster, which is a modified Corvette, in case you can't tell. Oh my God. It's always been one of my favorite cars. It's just so cool with that teeth and the alligator print. It's just friggin' badass. And this whole, yeah, I mean, come on, look at that. And the way that the headlamps are done up to look like eyes. It's just, I'm sorry, it's fucking badass. And so, yeah, maybe I should roll a little clip, the trailer actually. And if I get yanked, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Let's see. That's what's so nice about doing these streams with absolutely zero pressure. And anybody that's hanging out in the chat, much love to you, by the way. But yeah, let's take a little look. Because, yeah, I'm going to have to show you some. I'm going to actually be dropping a lot of clips, I think, in this one. Because, oh, by the way, there's a link to the movie down below. You can stream it absolutely for free, completely unedited on Tubi. If for some reason you're afraid of Tubi, which I know a lot of you are, you can just look this movie up and watch it for free on YouTube. I'm sure that there's got to be a good copy of it on there, given that it has been, because I think, I'm not sure, but I think this movie's actually in the public domain. Although I remember there was, Pat Mills actually wrote a Death Race 2000 comic book in the 90s, when there was like a brief period where there were like a whole bunch of Roger Corman comics. I own every issue of that too, by the way. And the first couple of issues are fucking phenomenal. Let's see. Boy, everything's just moving very, very slowly today. Okay, well, that's loading. Yeah, there's a nice overview of the cars there. They're all very George Barris-y, very George Barris-ish, as you can tell. And there's a nice little matte shot, little matte painting of New York City in the future, as in Rollerball. Corporations have taken over the world. And there is just a basic one world government. And the president is depicted as this literally godlike figure. when he gives his message to the people, you see a literal stairway to heaven. And then he comes out of the mists, and there's like a glowing sun in the background. And he comes out and tells the people, of course, how much he loves them, how he loves everybody. And he mentions that there was a crash in 79. So basically, something has happened that's led to a one world government, and it wasn't a nuclear holocaust or anything like that. It was a financial crash. In Rollerball, it was the corporate wars, where corporations basically, having replaced companies, just start warring against each other. And the way that Rollerball is the thing that holds the society together in Rollerball, so too does the Great Race. I forget the full name of it. It's the Transatlantic something or another, right? I think he says here, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, no, it doesn't. I didn't catch that. But yeah, it's like the Transatlantic Road Race. It's not called the Death Race. Yeah, and he says, of course, once more, I give you what you want. And David Carradine is actually really, really good in this as Frankenstein. Let's see if I can. There we go. Something's
the year 2000. America is a vast speedway. People line the streets to witness the greatest.
Sup, K-pop?
Drivers on Earth in a race from sea to shining sea.
This is a death race.
You finish first, or not at all. Death Race 2000. Every car.
Now, of course, this being like a low-budget movie, a B movie, when you wreck a car, you blow it the fuck up. Because why not, right? Because you've already destroyed it. Why not, get that little extra bit of oomph out of it and just blow that shit up afterwards?
2000. Every car a deadly weapon. Every spectator a potential point. It's a cross-country road wreck, and the traffic is murder.
That's Mary Warnov there as Calamity Jane. Mary Warnov, classic cult movie actress, love her to bits. And you get to see her naked in this, which is pretty nice.
Who are you anyway?
The best driver on Earth.
I don't want you to die.
He was built by the world's finest surgeons to drive the fastest car ever designed, and nothing can stop him now. Death Race 2000, rated R.
A New World picture. Yeah, so basically when we get introduced to Frankenstein, we're told that he is the greatest of the racers and a national hero, an icon, which of course Machine Gun Joe Viterbo, Sylvester Stallone's character, absolutely reviles him for. And it's just incessantly, just terribly, terribly jealous. You want Frankenstein? I'll show you fucking Frankenstein. He's got like a prop Tommy gun that he takes out, and he starts, they're the Frankenstein fans right there. You want Frankenstein? I'll give you fucking Frankenstein. And he just starts busting fucking caps, presumably blanks. But it's just a great, like, professional wrestler heel moment. And see, Stallone was already doing that thing where he can get like his wait, hold on a sec. I gotta enlarge myself here. Where he gets his bottom lip to go, ugh, and like run down his neck. Ugh. But yeah, he is really, really funny in this, and kind of steals the movie. When this was released on DVD, not on home video, but when it was released on DVD, they would often put him front and center on all of the poster art. I don't know. Like I said, I've never heard Stallone talk about this movie, which is unfortunate because you know, I don't know if he ever even like watched it again, but his performance is really, really good. Oh yeah, you know what? I should probably drop some poster art here too. Yeah, of course I should drop some poster art. Why wouldn't I drop some poster art? Okay, so, but yeah, like I was saying, Frankenstein. When we meet him, he has just come off the slab, right? Off of like off a gurney, where he's just come out of suspended animation because supposedly he has been in so many car wrecks that they just keep rebuilding him. And so he has transplanted organs, he has transplanted limbs, he has cybernetic parts. He, you know, is both, you know, kind of associated with Frankenstein, the creator of the monster, and the monster himself. His helmet has little bolts on the side. And when he wants the press to leave him alone, he kind of like makes this very Karloff style gesture, like get away from me. Let me see if I can get a clip of that. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? Let me just get that little bit of that little Sylvester Stallone bit in, because it's pretty damn funny.
Factory TV. Change.
Only one person who guns it into
Junior.
like that. It's gotta be the roughest, tough guy of them all, Machine Gun Joe Viterbo. Here he comes, Machine Gun.
And I love this. I love this too. A lot of this footage. This was the case also with Mad Max when it first came out. I'm talking about the first Mad Max movie. In order to make the cars seem like they're moving faster than they actually are, they speed up the footage. That, of course, ends up making things look a little Benny Hill-like, but it absolutely works for a movie like this or Mad Max, because this, like Mad Max, is absolutely a comic book on the screen. This is a very clearly comic book influenced movie. And yeah, I just love where he just starts doing like the Vafanculo, and you see him do this really fast. It's just like, this wouldn't be anywhere near as funny if the footage wasn't sped up, in my opinion.
Here he comes, Machine Gun Joe, loved by thousands, hated by millions, only living previous winner except for Frankenstein.
Right, so Frankenstein would be a face a wrestler, right? Meaning a good guy, whereas Joe Viterbo's a heel.
Highest lifetime score after Frankenstein, and he's certainly getting the welcome he deserves. Joe doesn't look too happy, but you just can't keep those Frankenstein fans down.
Lousy sons of bitches.
And as you can see, he's like the gangster outfit he's wearing. It's not the kind of outfit an actual gangster would wear. It's like a Halloween costume of a gangster.
Frankenstein?
What up, Edwin?
What Frankenstein? I'll give it Frankenstein.
It's going all Rambo there. And yes, the Shout Factory Blu-ray, I do have and do recommend. They're doing the Lord's work. They're doing really, really cool shit. I'm telling you, it is the best time ever to be a fan of cult movies and horror films. Real quick, wanted to take a look at some of the poster art. That's a pretty good one right there. It's not bad. Some are variations on that. Oh, that's interesting. This is really interesting. This is actually a program. Yeah. Although it has a black and white, it seems to have a black and white cover. Let's see. Or is that the cover of the no, because this is in English. Right. Most of you youngins, you won't recall. You're too young to have had the experience. But when I was a wee lad in the late 1970s when I went to see Star Wars, when I went to see the Superman movie with Christopher Reeve, when I went to see Alien in the theater, I had like a really, really, really wonderful, very, very permissive German mother who would take me to see anything I wanted to see, regardless of what it was rated. If it had boobies, if it had blood, it was not a problem. So I got to see the coolest stuff. My father, he wasn't quite as liberal. But yeah, I got to see a lot of cool stuff. And one of the things that she would always ask me would be, do you want the program? And most of the time I would say absolutely. And I got some right here. Check these out. I just love these. Once I have more discretionary income, I would love to beef up my collection of these. Check it out. Dun, 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 dun. Flash. See that? These are just a few pages. A little bit of art from the original comic strip in there. Very, very nice. And a few stills from the movie, of course. And then they would give you the cast. So it's like a program that you get when you go to the theater, when you go to see a play. But the thing is, most people don't go to the theater to plays these days because they're, pretty expensive. I'm lucky. I have a veterans theater down the street from me that has plays on the regular. So I get to go to the theater. I also get to go for free because it's a charity thing. So I always have to volunteer to pitch in for shit. So I'm the one that's making them mocktails. Right. So yeah, I know I'm getting off on a tangent, but fuck it. This is my stream and I can give 0 fucks. Yeah. And there's a little something on Alex Raymond. Right. So it's like, these were like souvenirs of the movies and would give you a little information on the people that made the film, what the film's about, what inspired it. Oh man, got the Star Trek 2 mint condition, got the Superman 2. I was at actually it was the Chiller convention, the one where the urinal licking incident occurred. That was like one of the rare years where I wasn't there, actually. But at the last Chiller convention I went to in New Jersey, there was a guy who had boxes of these. And I was like, where did you find these? And he, there's like a guy in a warehouse just found like a fuck ton of these. And he was selling them. And, like this is like one of the original ones that I had. You can see it's a little beat up for Star Trek: The Motion Picture. We'll run down to the aliens and stuff. But my Alien one I can't find, and my Star Wars one I think got lost too, unfortunately. But got some for movies, movies that I got to see in the theater, but I didn't get the program for whatever reason. And had to get one for this. Phil Kaufman, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah, check that out. Oh, man. I got to do a stream one of these days where I go through my boxes of old Monster magazines, old Starlogs and Fangorias. There's a treasure trove of information in there. Stuff that you're not going to learn or find on the internet, on the interwebs. But anyway, let me run another real quick clip of this movie because, like I said, click on the link down below and it will take you to a free version of the movie that you can stream. And trust me, you do want to fucking stream this shit. It is. Oh, and yeah, that's another thing about this movie too. Rollerball is 2 hours long, and it's fine. I don't think it's an overlong film. It could have lost maybe about 15 minutes, to be, if I'm being honest, but it's not like movies these days where like the average running time is 2.5 hours, right? I don't mind watching a 3-hour movie, or like a 3.5-hour movie, or a 4-hour movie if it's by fucking Sergio Leone or someone like that, right? Or David Lean. If it's Lawrence of Arabia, I'm down. But not every fucking movie has to be 2.5 hours long. I'm fucking sorry. Yeah, what else should I show you here? Oh yeah, well, that's the other thing about this movie too that surprised me. Rollerball, the violence in that is brutal, and it hurts, right? It's designed to make you wince. It's designed to make you cringe in horror, right? The violence in this is comic book violence. It is I couldn't believe the gore in this movie. This was, I think, my very first exploding head. The very first exploding head I ever saw in a movie was in this. Although in this, it's a head that's being crushed, and it happens really, really fast. Like blink and you'll miss it, but it's there. And of course, as a kid, when they were showing this on HBO, I watched it every fucking chance I got. I memorized this damn movie. I lost my damn mind. So, we got to get to the scoring system. The scoring.
Oh, great American Continental Road.
There it is. Okay. Right, because I was looking for the name of the actual race. Yeah, it's like the Transcontinental something or another.
Oh, great American multitude and sports fans everywhere. Today we inaugurate the 20th annual Transcontinental Road Race.
Transcontinental Road Race. I did get it right. Fuck is wrong with me?
Today, her fans.
Right, so he's doing the intro, and then we have, I can't remember the name of this actor, but he's fucking hilarious in this. The character is Junior, and he is a cross between a radio DJ and like a TV hype man. He's supposed to be like an on-the-scene sports reporter, but his enthusiasm is, let's just say, it's very 80s. Even though this was made in the 70s, this is a very coked out performance.
Your buddy and mine, and I'll be giving you the blow-by-blow, play-by-play when the kings and queens of the open road roar onto the track. Do I hear the sound of engines? It's Calamity Jane Kelly, Queen of the Road.
Calamity Jane Kelly, Queen of the Road. Yeah, played by the lovely Mary Wernov.
Last year's second lap until she went out with gear trouble. Her fans and lovers everywhere wish Janie better luck this year.
My fans can wish me all the luck they want. My luck with my lovers gets any better, I'll miss the race completely. Isn't that right, Pete?
At the start of the race.
Yeah, she's fucking hot. I'm sorry. Yeah, if you don't recognize her, absolute B-movie, cult movie, royalty, big time. And she's just one of those actors that you see in a movie and you're just always kind of happy to see them.
Only a heartthrob away.
Oh yeah, here's Frankenstein's entrance, his appearance. By the way, the doctor here, the surgeon, is Paul Bartel, our director, doing a cameo in his own movie.
There is no cause for alarm. The patient has been flown in from abroad in a state of suspended animation in order to facilitate the healing of his recent limb transplants.
Yeah, and this, of course, turns out to all be bullshit. When I was a kid, of course, I didn't get a lot of the nuance in this story. And so I always just thought that Frankenstein was what they say he is, but he's not. That is to say, he's not this racer that's been through 20 million races and crashes and had his body, you know, burned and mangled and just rebuilt over and over and over and over again with newly transplanted limbs and organs and cybernetic parts and shit like that. He's a guy who was raised in an orphanage and trained to do this one job, which is to run people over with cars. And so what they do is every time a Frankenstein gets into a crash and dies, they don't rebuild him. They just move in a new one to take that guy's place. And then when he dies, there's one to take his place. And so David Carradine's character, his incarnation of Frankenstein, is less than happy with the situation, as one could imagine why.
He should be coming around any moment now.
Oh, it's that. Oh, I don't believe it.
Frankenstein.
Right, so we mostly get like a POV, and then we get a back shot of him as he's like moving away.
Transplant.
Summer Palace in Peking.
Here.
Here she is.
Oh shit! I'm getting off the. That's it. YouTube just fucking nuked me. I'm done. I'm done. Bye. See ya, everybody. Peace out. My channel's getting yanked. No, wait a second. That can't happen because it's this movie. I yanked this clip off of the YouTubes, but I don't know. Fuck it. I don't care.
That adorable. To be first and foremost.
This year.
Yes. Is it true that with
Oh yeah, check this out. This is great.
your new mechanical arm, you can shift gears in less than a 20th of a second? Would you care to comment on that? No. How do you feel about going into the race with a navigator you've never met?
You'll love Annie. She's a red-hot sex pot.
She better be a red-hot navigator. No.
Did you catch that? That little gesture that he did there? Did you catch
That with your new mechanical arm, you can shift gears in less than a 20th of a second. Would you care to comment on that? No. How do you feel about going into the race with a navigator you've never met?
You'll love Annie. She's a red-hot sex pot.
She better.
Oh yeah, that's right. One of the weird and freaky things about the transcontinental road race is that the navigators are always a member of the opposite sex. Whether the racer is, whether the driver is male or female, they're given a navigator who is also a concubine, right? So the guys, they get not only somebody that's hopefully a competent navigator, but someone that's expected to have sex with them. And then, of course, Calamity Jane and Matilda the Hun, they've got their little fuck boys, right? A very sort of Roman existence.
Be a red-hot navigator.
No more questions.
Oh, the costume is just so cool. Oh, yeah. I don't know if any of y'all ever played that game Carmageddon, but yeah, you could get a car that kind of looked like the monster in this. Holy shit! That's always been one of my dream video games. Would be a Death Race 2000 game.
Oh, there's only one person who guns an engine like that. It's gotta be the roughest. Frankenstein, who battered, shattered, cream.
Yeah, here it is. Check it out. This is my man. This is my boy. And I have to say, this is one of the. I was talking about running time before. This movie clocks in at 79 minutes. It does not wear out its welcome. It's one of the things that makes it so rewatchable. And this is one of those movies that when I have friends that I find out have never seen this before, I will try to make an effort to sit them down and show this to them. And by the end of this movie, they're always doing the same thing. They're all going, Frankenstein.
Legend, Frankenstein the Indestructible, sole survivor of the Titanic pileup of '95, only two-time winner of the Transcontinental Road Race, Frankenstein, ripped up, wiped out, battered, shattered, creamed and reamed, a dancer on the brink of death. Frankenstein, who lost a leg in 98, an arm in 99, with half a face and half a chest and all the guts in the world, he's back. God only knows what he looks like under that mask, but he is back. In the name of Mr. President, America.
What up, Tommy? What's going on? What's going on, Ed, K-pop? Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate that. Spank that like button if you like. You know, I'm gonna try to get back to doing like actual streams, not just like little bullshit things like this. I'm gonna start getting into promoting other people's books. You know, I got like the last pages of damn. It's looking like I'm going to be able to fulfill the new Six Gun Gorilla by July. Very, very, very psyched about that. It's gonna hurt. I'm gonna take a financial ass whooping for it, but you know that's the thing is we're not in this indie comics thing to make money because there is none. Right? There's a small group of people, tiny little handful of people where there's money in it. There's no money in it for us. For us, it's just all about making enough money so that you can make the next book and fulfill on that and just keep moving forward. You know, that's why our shit's better than the mainstream shit, is because our shit is made with passion. Oh yeah, I should get into the scoring, right? Because the way the scoring works is it depends on people's ages. Yeah, here it is. Here's the point system for Death Race. Oh yeah, and this
our citizens are staying off the streets, which may make scoring particularly difficult, even.
I just love this dude's delivery. But yeah, I know that there was, because I almost forgot to bring it up. Paul W.S. Anderson did a remake of this just called Death Race. That was with Jason Statham. And basically, it wasn't a Death Race movie. It was a Car Wars movie where people are driving around in these jacked up cars that are armored and loaded with guns and missiles and weapons and shit like that. I wouldn't have had a problem with that movie if it hadn't called itself Death Race, right? And had a character called Frankenstein and just like, I don't know. Look, I'm sorry, but if you're watching the new versions of movies without having watched the originals, what are you doing with your life? I have a good friend who went to see the RoboCop remake because like he couldn't bring himself to watch the 1986 Paul Verhoeven classic. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do with some people?
With this year's rule changes, to recap those revisions, women are still worth 10 points more than men in all age brackets, but teenagers now rack up 40 points, and toddlers under 12 now rate a big 70 points. The big score, anyone, anything over
depraved.
75 years old has been upped to 100 points. As always, how fast you move determines.
Yeah, and then that leads to another pretty freaking awesome scene, because the thing with Frankenstein is that it becomes pretty clear pretty quickly that he is not with the program, like, at all. And let's just say has his own agenda. And let's see. Oh yeah, that's a Japanese poster. Man, the Japanese always do really cool posters. Check that out. I mean, there's cars in here that aren't in the movie. There's like a shark car with a pair of harpoons. That, I'm guessing, was probably something that was planned for the movie, but then ended up not being used. It's probably from one of George Barris's designs or something like that. That's a really good fan poster. I love that. That's really cool. This is just for a, let's see, a movie marathon in Austin, Texas, home of the Alamo Drafthouse, where they do love them some cult movies. And you could actually go and see a movie like this on a big fucking screen. I am big mad that they kind of stopped doing that at the Alamo Drafthouse where I live in the Yonkers. I mean, I have to check their schedule, but it's just like the fucking, you know, the Rona fucking just kind of ruined that, unfortunately. But I did get to see some pretty dope shit on a big screen. Why is that? Let's see. That's that's a fucking JPEG right there. Why is it not showing that? I don't know. Let me see. Let's see if I can open this with another winder, because it is really fucking cool. Check that out. It's like a blacklight poster. I'm sorry, that is sweet. I would definitely put that on my wall. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. But yeah, so old folks are worth the most. So there's a hospital not far from where the race begins, where they have what they refer to as Euthanasia Day. And let me grab that clip. Wait a second, what am I doing? It's not there. Let's see. Oh, yes, and the fucking, oh, yeah, the Roadrunner thing. I got to show you the Roadrunner thing. I'm going to have to peace out soon. I got to get something to eat, and I actually still have some. But before I go, dig this. And he's great in this too.
Day at the geriatrics hospital. We do it every year.
Here he comes! He's coming!
Yeah, so these motherfuckers roll, these nurses, they roll these old folks into the middle of the road, you know, just as a gift to him. But he takes a slight detour. See, because that's the thing. Frankenstein is acting a little strange. This Frankenstein's acting a little strange because he's killing people, but he's only killing the people who kind of have it coming. He's only killing people who are like real pieces of shit, or in the case of one character, this young girl that offers herself as a sacrifice to him, he sees as just hopeless and you know, too embedded in a system that he wants to destroy. Because as it turns out, he has a plan to assassinate the president. Meanwhile, his navigator is the daughter of the leader of the resistance, Thomasina Paine is her name, a direct descendant of Thomas Paine, of course. And let's see if we can drop another pic here. Don't know if there's any nudity. If there is, I clearly have ceased giving a fuck a while ago. YouTube can gargle my balls. I can't even talk tonight. Yeah, so her mother is the leader of the revolutionaries, and is basically trying to kill him, and they actually succeed in killing some of the racers. And actually, yeah, let me show that, because this is got to be one of the funnier scenes in the movie. Some of the jokes that are dropped in this are pretty choice. Let's see here. Yeah, check this out. They pull a Wile E. Coyote on Matilda the Hun.
That's good. All right, 3, 1, 2. Put it easy. Steady she goes.
Yes, you saw it right. They're doing a fucking Wile E. Coyote.
Here they come!
Teacher, I really needed that right
now. And there goes Matilda the Hun and Herman the German, and the Buzz Bomb. Remember what I told you about that B-movie rule with car crashes? Oh yeah, and that's the other thing too, is this being a really low-budget movie, they only had one of these. So it's like if you fucked it up, there was like no second take. If you're gonna bust it up, you might as well burn it. Might as well blow it up. Blow it up real good. Yeah, so there's a conspiracy to stop the race, to kidnap Frankenstein and get him to hold him hostage so that they can get to the president, which is completely insane. Especially when he knows that, you know, he's literally just, you know, a replaceable part in the system, that the American hero Frankenstein doesn't exist, that it's been a bunch of guys, and that they just use them up until they're blown up, burnt up, or broken, dead, and then they just put in a new one. Except he intends to break the cycle. He intends to to win the race so that he can shake hands with the president. But he's got a little something up his sleeve or his glove. All right, check this shit out.
I thought the only thing you cared about was winning the race.
Sure. Only the winner of the race is to shake hands with Mr. President.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Watch David Carradine's face here. How he could deliver this friggin' line with absolute, just a complete lack of irony. The fact that he could deliver this line as straight as he did is a testament to his greatness as an actor.
Is that a grenade?
A hand grenade. That handshake.
That's what I love about this movie, is that it's really clever, but it's not afraid to be stupid.
Handshake is all I've lived for as long as I can remember.
Right. So he's somebody that is a tool of the system, and he intends to basically self-delete himself, but to take the object of his hatred with him. Right, the figure that represents the system that basically raised him to be a killer. This is an awesome movie. It's really, really aged well. Is it dated? Is it obviously from the 70s? Sure, but to me, I don't know. I think a lot of people. It's mostly the millennial friends I have. They don't seem to understand the idea of classic. To them, like, there's just old, right? Now, some shit is just old, but shit that's classic is just eternal, right? And also, I don't understand why people are afraid to watch movies from other decades when it gives you, it's, you know, like a time machine. right? A lot of movies that were set, a movie that was set in the present day in the 1940s is now a period piece. Now, of course, then you get goofy science fiction movies like this. But what's so great about the science fiction movies that were being made in the 1970s was they were pretty smart. They were ambitious in many cases. They were dark to a large degree. That's why Star Wars was such a hit, was because Star Wars was, you know, basically a Republic movie serial like Flash Gordon, and just a straight out balls out pulp adventure. That's why that movie blew up so big and became, what Jaws was the first blockbuster, and then Star Wars was like the blockbuster. And that would come out 2 years after this. But yeah, they were making cool, interesting science fiction movies, even of the low budget variety. Oh yeah, you know what? Before I go, let's watch these motherfuckers get whacked.
Here they come.
Yeah, it's like a trio of like greasers.
Chicken gang. Chicken in a basket.
Chicken in a casket.
I see, chicken gang, right? So these are people that put themselves out there for the not for the racers, but to like interact with the racers to show their bravery or their courage, like a rite of passage or something.
Oh shit!
Psych. Yeah, on this, the dude on the left on his hat, go to hell. Like psych, but coming up behind him, Machine Gun Joe Viterbo.
Hey, who got the last laugh there, huh?
Ye shall. I mean, come on. I mean, for like 1975, man, I think the reason they got away with the gore that they did in this movie is because there's like no way you can take it seriously. It's very cartoony. It's very cartoony gore. Anyway, yeah, so that's Death Race 2000. My thoughts on it. It's a classic. It's an awesome movie. Definitely go check it out. Like I said, I mean, I would recommend that you get this on like Blu-ray or fucking. I don't know if it's on 4K yet, but I need to get a 4K TV so I can get a fucking 4K player, so I can get 4K discs, because man, they just keep coming out with I don't know. It's always fun to be able to watch an old favorite in a new way whenever there's like an upgrade in terms of 2K, 4K, and all that shit. To me, it's just like, hey, if there was a 3D option, I would watch that. But anyway, everybody, click on that link below, and if you want to watch a really awesome movie. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do next week. I was thinking of maybe, I don't know, Village of the Damned, Hawk the Slayer. Because now that I'm not following any fixed format, right? Not horror specifically, or Westerns, or Kung Fu, I could just do anything. And so I think I'll do Hawk the Slayer. Yeah, because I haven't done any sword and sorcery movies. And I could just easily do something like Conan or Excalibur. But you know me, I'm all about turning you on to shit that you've been sleeping on, but that you should not be sleeping on. So anyway, I hope you sleep well and have a very good night. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Until then, peace, love, and